Good evening everyone, this is Dr. Anjit again. So as we have discussed in the Telegram and Instagram, today we will be discussing about Gleason system of scoring and grading for prostate cancers. So the thing about Gleason is a very extensive topic. This year AIIMS June had a question of how to score a Gleason's biopsy. Actually that's not for an undergraduate level, but still we'll read everything and so that we'll become amazingly good so that we can crack the next year exam with very ease. So for the purpose of ease and understanding, I'm going to divide Gleason into 3 different videos. So that it will be very short so that you won't have, you will be able to observe easily, see the entire video so that you can easily reproduce in the exam. So what we are going to see today is, we are just going to see about terminologies involved in Gleason. We are going to see about the rules and the protocols with which Gleason should be scored and graded. And tomorrow what we'll be seeing is the patterns, the different microscopy appearances. And the next video, the third video, what we'll be seeing is, we'll be seeing some questions. I'll be giving you some questions and I want you to do come to a conclusion of how you're going to grade the Gleason system, right? That's what we're going to do. There'll be 3 videos in Gleason's. Please follow all the 3 videos. To follow that, please subscribe to the YouTube link, subscribe to the YouTube channel and follow me on Instagram and Telegram. I'll put notifications everywhere so that it's easy for you to grasp everything in 3 divided topics and we can excel Gleason easily. So first, what is Gleason? Gleason's system of scoring is done for prostatic biopsies, for prostatic adenocarcinoma to be specific, which gives a prognostic thing for a biopsy. Based on the biopsy, based on the grading system, I can determine the prognosis. That's why Gleason is very important. It's extremely important. There are a few rules of Gleason's. First rule is for how I'm going to score for a needle core biopsy, needle biopsy of prostate. Second, what I'm going to do or what I'm going to score for an radical prostatectomy specimen. The third, what I'm going to do for an MRI guided targeted biopsies. The third one may not be required for undergraduate, and for postgraduates who are watching this video, we can see that in a later session. Fine. So when I'm going to take a needle core biopsy, first thing is, if you have seen a prostatic biopsy being done, there will be multiple cores, 6 to 12 cores. So each core should be graded as per Gleason, and whichever core has the highest grade will be given to the surgeon. Based on that, he or she is going to determine the prognosis of the patient, the first rule. Second, so when I'm going to grade a biopsy based on Gleason, we are going to have few patterns called as primary pattern and secondary pattern. So in case of a needle biopsy, again listen carefully, in case of a needle biopsy, the primary pattern is the pattern which is predominant in the biopsy. I'm going to take that. Right? We'll discuss about patterns tomorrow. Now just remember the primary pattern, which is the predominant one, I'm going to take that. What I'm going to do for the secondary pattern is the worst pattern. If a biopsy has the worst pattern, any amount, I'm going to take that. For example, I'll give you an example. If I'm going to see a biopsy where I'm going to see a grade 3 pattern of, let's say, 97%, and I'm going to see a grade 5 pattern of just 3%, my score will be 3 plus 5. That's how I'm going to score. Right? If I'm going to see a pattern of, let's say, grade 3 pattern of 94% and grade 5 pattern of grade 4 pattern of rest 6%, my score is going to be 3 plus 4. I'm going to score like that. Right? That's how we do in a needle core biopsy. Now we'll come to a radical prostatectomy specimen. When I remove the entire prostate, what I'm going to do? When we remove the entire prostate, I'm going to introduce a new term called here grade primary, secondary and tertiary pattern. It's very important. Tertiary was not there in a needle core biopsy, right? So when you have a radical prostatectomy specimen, what does primary mean? Primary means anything which is predominant, like let's say 90%, 95%. I'm going to give that as a primary pattern, which means the 95% of prostate biopsy what I'm seeing has the same pattern, which is primary pattern. Secondary pattern, when do I call it secondary pattern? I should have at least 5%. That's the catch here. We didn't have this cutoff for the needle core biopsy, right? So when I have at least 5% of any pattern, I'm going to call that as secondary pattern. So when do I call something as tertiary pattern? So when it's tertiary pattern, when I have a pattern which is not reaching 5%, I call it as tertiary pattern. I don't score that, I put it in the bracket tertiary pattern. So we'll see 2 scenarios so that we'll be clear about what is primary, secondary and tertiary and all those confusions. First person comes with a prostatectomy specimen. I have done the microscopy. Grade 3 pattern is 97%. So 97% grade 3 pattern, that's first one, that's primary. Then I'm having secondary pattern. Secondary pattern cannot be 5% here because already 97 is 1. So secondary pattern here will be only 2%, right? So secondary pattern is 2%. So how do I score this person is grade 1 pattern 5, grade 3 pattern 97%. So I'm going to put 3 plus 3. I don't have a secondary pattern here because it's not reached 5%. So I'll score 3 plus 3, which is equivalent to 6. In brackets I'll write tertiary pattern of 3%. Whatever pattern it is, whatever grade it is, I'm going to write that. I'll put that in the paper. Second example. In the second example, when I'm going to have a same, another prostatectomy specimen comes, grade 1 pattern of 94%. And secondary pattern, sorry, not grade 1, primary pattern, grade 3 of let's say 94%. And a grade 4 pattern of let's say 6%. So it is come into a definition of secondary pattern, right? So primary pattern is 3, secondary pattern is 4. So my scoring will be 3 plus 4, which is equivalent to 7. Since it is greater than 5, I use this. If it is not greater than 5, I am going to double the primary pattern and put the scoring system. This is only for radical prostatectomy specimen. This AIIMS question had needle core biopsies. So the grading is totally going to differentiate. The rules will totally going to differ, right? So please, next time if a question comes, look at the question whether it's for a needle core biopsy or for a prostatectomy specimen. Based on that, our diagnosis and grading and scoring of Gleason will change, right? Fine. This is the basic difference between Gleason in needle core biopsies as well as in your radical prostatectomy. So now let's see what does the pattern mean. I'll just go through the definitions of all these three. Then we'll call it a day for today and we'll follow the next video with patterns alone. So we have 3 grades of patterns: grade 3, grade 4, grade 5. I'll just give you an example. We'll see them in detail. Grade 3 pattern is like a typical glandular pattern. I see very beautifully formed glands. I call it grade 3. A cribriform variant, approximately, I'm going to call it grade 4. Or a papillary variant, papillary architecture, I'm going to call it grade 4. We already know patterns, right? We are amazing people. We already read about the neoplasia patterns in our classes, so we already know that. So same thing, I'm going to give grade 4. When I see necrosis, when I see a solid variant, completely very poorly differentiated one, I'm going to call it grade 5. So these are the grades of patterns. There are many microscopic appearances for each of them. We are just going to have a look at that, that's all. So when I have these grades, how do I score? Scoring is based on your 2 things, primary or secondary. So when there is 1 primary, 1 secondary, 3 plus 3, 6, that's your Gleason score. Or 3 plus 4, 7, that's your Gleason score. Or 4 plus 3, 7, that's your Gleason score. 5 plus 5, 10, that's your Gleason score. So scoring is given based on the patterns. Grades we have, that's a pattern. Those are Gleason's pattern, right? And score is based on this. So based on the scores, if it scores 6, we call it Gleason grade group 1. Score 7, grade group 2 and grade group 3. So what is the difference between these two is, when it's 3 plus 4, it is grade group 2. When it's 4 plus 3, it's grade group 3. Then when a total Gleason score is 8, we call it grade group 4. Right? So that's how we come with different grade groups. Fine. So we have Gleason patterns. We'll discuss it next class. 2 patterns, primary and secondary, we add them and give a Gleason score. Based on the Gleason score, we are going to have grade groups. These are the 3 terminologies which I want you to understand in this video. If you have any doubts, do put it below as comments. We shall discuss about the doubts, anything we have. This is a difficult topic for an undergraduate. It will take time and definitely we can excel anything when if you put some interest into it, right? If you like the video, hit a like, share with your friends and subscribe. We'll soon go with the second video in Gleason, which is the patterns. We are going to dissect each and every pattern so that we can even appreciate them on a light microscopy, and even then we can grade Gleasons very easily. Till then, bye-bye from Dr. Ranjit. All the very best and do amazingly well. Be happy. That's more important than scoring a top rank in your exam. All the very best. Let's learn medicine. Let's love medicine. Let's love pathology. Bye-bye.